Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio. Today I am catching up on my mission inspiration projects for 2023. Um, I got a little bit behind. I did, I had this one already done, but I was so into my collection of curiosities book that I didn't post this one ever. In October. Yes, this is my October one. And then November, December, just all, got away from me. I couldn't keep up with things that were going on. And yeah, so I'm playing catch up, cleanup. I like to feel like I accomplished something. So my plan is to complete 2023, and I assume that Mike Deacon is still doing the mission inspiration for 2024. I have not seen his first video yet, but I will have to check it out. So my book still has lots of pages left. I think I can do a whole nother year in this little book that I made 2 years ago. No, I don't know how long. How long have I been doing it in this book? I don't know. I didn't do the pages in order, so I can't look at the first one and decide. Anyway, so the prompts for, whoops, sorry about that. The prompts for October, well, they had words, of inspiration, and it was imperfect, harvest, repeat, gold, and warmth. And so while thinking about that, and yeah, October, is kind of the beginning of fall, right? September, October. So that's kind of what I was thinking about when I created this. Now, the first prompt was add color with your fingers. So you saw I added yellow to my page that already had some paint on it, and a little bit of a citron color to add a little bit of green to try and go with it. The I'm not doing the prompts in order, so the next one I used two different stencils. So this is stencil number 2. First one was that fun dot one, and I'm decided. Oh, and one of the prompts was add a quote like a ransom note. That was actually prompt number 2, but the quote is like my whole page. Because I did it like a ransom note, and it sort of takes up the whole page. So, um, I'm adding the stencils to this scrap piece of I think it's mixed media paper, and then I'm going to stain it with some distress oxides in what I felt like were autumny colors. Actually, they're just blue and orange and kind of pretty colors. I like those colors. So I'm just doing the dip technique and going to cover the one side. In fact, I don't know that you can even see. I don't know that you can even see the stenciling once I'm done with the oxide inks. But I did it. It was part of the process. I probably put a little too much of the oxides. I really like how the paper turned out. Most of it's covered up by the ransom quote. But yeah, I will do that again for sure. The prompt after this one was add a die cut or two. Well, I don't have a die cutting machine, and I don't have die cuts. I mean, I have a couple, but I decided that I would just cut these out in leaf shapes, and that will be my die cut. You just make it work, right? There's no mission inspiration police gonna come and get you or anything. See what I mean? I got a little carried away. I don't think you can see the stencil at all. Oops, telephone interruptions. So yeah, I added a little green there in the end. And then, yeah, so I flip it over and I'm just going to draw some leaf shapes on here. And I probably should have determined how many I needed before I started, but I do, in the end, I count. That's where I'm counting. I'm like, okay, I counted all my words. So I'm making a leaf for each word. And then I'm going to stick them on. And I won't make you watch me cut them all out. I did go a little bit bigger than some of the ones I drawn, which was a good thing because some of them barely fit. So here are my words. I decide to put them in largest to smallest, find the biggest one, and put the biggest word on there. And I'm going to have to cut around it, really reduce the extra white on there so that it will fit. I do have this video way sped up. It's like 2.5 times the speed, because otherwise it would be a really long process watching me glue the word harvest onto this leaf pattern. Sorry, I'm still getting over being sick, so, which was my first week in January. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to me, right? It's all up from here. All right, so I do that, and I'm going to do it with all the rest of them. And there we have them. So I decided I wanted to get rid of the white edges, so I'm just taking that blue and going around, not really darkening the edge of the leaf, just really knocking back the white edges so it doesn't show when I glue them down, and make sure I keep my sentence in order. Okay. So the next prompt was to blow paint with a straw. So I decided to have leaves. Maybe I can have some trees. So this is raw sienna, I believe. It's either raw sienna or burnt sienna. And I just wet it down, sticking it on there, and grabbing the straw. And we're going to make some interesting craggly trees. It's always fun to try and get your page or your ideas to work with the prompts you get. Now, I didn't think the tree trunks were dark enough, so I do add a little bit more paint in there. Yeah, so there are my trees. The next prompt was add shine or sparkles, and I have a little bit of Stickles in brown left. It's kind of thick. You can see I'm really having to squeeze it out there. You can't hardly tell that it's sparkly unless you know it's there. I'll take a picture. It'll be at the end at an angle so you can see, that it's glittery. Now, the next prompt was glue napkin fragments. So I have this napkin because it goes, right? It ends up looking okay, but I just had this napkin. I figured I could run it across the bottom. I tore it up so it'd be fragments, and figured I could run it across the bottom like ground. So the trees have a place to stand on. Well, and this one gets kind of high up there, but it's okay. I just used It was a scrap left over from something, and it was a long strip, so yeah. I tore it into fragments, but then I'm just gluing it all down in a row. Is that cheating? I don't know if that's cheating or not. Just putting something under there to make sure I don't get glue on my other pages. And I'm just gluing this down with matte medium, Liquitex matte medium. I got a bunch on clearance at, I don't know if it was Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I don't think they even sell it there anymore. I don't know. But yeah, so I have excess of that stuff. So might as well use it. All right, so now that's dry. The next prompt was to add, did I write on there what the prompt was? To add doodles, sketches, drawing. I think it's doodling. It says add doodles or scribbles. So I'm just trying to repeat the pattern from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. It's really hard to think that through. Anyway. So how's everyone doing? I hope you're doing well. It's snowing really, really bad here. Not like back east. Back east is like insane, but bad enough that I don't want to go out there in it. My sister and my friend all have to commute in it. They were complaining today that it was pretty bad to drive in. Of course, I think it's a learning curve. Everybody has to learn how to drive in the winter again. All right, so now we're going to add the leaves and hopefully get them all to fit, right? Now I laid them out once, so they should fit. And I'm starting in the upper right. I don't know if that is weird, but I think that's how it ended up flowing. I'm going to read you the quote, if I can read the leaves in order. It's October, the hushed month, a month of ripening harvest and of colorful leaves gently floating from trees to earth. And I did not write down who wrote that quote. I'm just using my little paperweight there to hold them down so that they will be flat on my page. We'll make this part even faster. But can you tell by looking at those leaves that there's stenciling on there? Yeah, I've looked close up. There is no stenciling visible. That's okay. The background has a stencil, so technically I used one. There's one there. And like I said before, there's no Mission Inspiration Police. I had to double check, make sure everything was fitting correctly. And you have to read it in a zigzag, so hopefully some future date somebody finds this and hopefully they can read it. All right. Sorry that took a bit. I probably should have edited some of that out. Okay, so I decide I want to shade around. So this is a Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Brush Pen in gray. And I like to use it for shading and shadows. So I'm just putting a little bit underneath each of the leaves. I don't know. I just feel like it makes it feel like it's more a part of the page somehow. You'll have to tell me your opinion. What do you think? Okay, I think that's all of the prompts, but I wanted to finish off the edges. So I think I tried that one and I didn't like it, so I cleaned it off. I'm going for one of these gel crayons. Is that what they are? I'm just going around all the edges. This color kind of warms it up and just kind of finishes it off. It makes that brighter yellow page fit in a little bit better, maybe. Hopefully. Anyway, I think that's the last step. Thank you all who are still here watching. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Love to hear your comments. That thumbs up also helps YouTube know that you liked this and that somebody else might like it too and suggest it. And yeah, if you like what you see and are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon. That'll let you know when I upload next. I try to do it twice a week. Hopefully that will happen. It's been a little slow this year because I've been sick, but I'll get back into it, I'm sure. Anyways, thank you all for watching and have an awesome day.